Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hold on, y'all. Good evening. Today is still Thursday, May 22nd, 2025. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. $, Big Ward 251 is the cash app. If anybody feeling like blessing your boy for his birthday, if you ain't able, happy birthday. It's fine. I'm grateful if you here. Tomorrow's my birthday, so in case you ain't know. So I'm dropping my cash app. I ain't begging, but if you feel like it, $ Big War 251. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'll be 53. And as you see, I look like a grown man, don't I? I'll be 53. And I look like a grown man. I'm an adult, right? You just said that, Big War. I'm saying it again. I look like a grown man. Look, the body of a grown man, beard growing out. I look like a grown man, don't I? I don't like no child. Do I look like a child to you? The haters say, yeah, you ain't nothing but an old child. No, but for real, seriously. Do I look like a child to you? And I see most of y'all that watch me, y'all don't look like children to me either. But guess what? As I'm observing myself, my actions, my life, and I look at everybody that I know and don't know, and you can reflect on your own life, I've come to the conclusion, no matter how much I look like an adult, a grown man, 53 years old, tomorrow on my birthday, cash out $ Big War 251. Tomorrow's my birthday, no matter how old I'm gonna be, 53. I've come to the conclusion, I'm still a child. I'm still a child. You're still a child. We're all still children. If you're 90 years old, pull up. Hold on, y'all. If you're 90 or 100 years old, in life, you still, as long as you're alive, will always be a child. Nah, Big Ward, I'm grown. Speak for yourself. Don't speak for me. I'm an adult. I'm grown. No. You're a child. I'm a child. We're all children. Have you ever heard the saying, we're all God's children? It never says we're God's adults. In God's eyes, we're all as children. We will always be children. I'm going to explain why. Hear me out. Hold on. As a child, let me go back to what we consider being a child. When I was an actual physical child on this earth, I would make a mess of something. My mom would tell me not to do something. And as a child, a lot of times I would do it anyway, out of curiosity, out of just being what she called hard-headed. As a child, that's what I would do. My mom would say, don't do this. I would do it anyway. Because that's what children do. They disobey. They're curious. They have to find out for themselves. As children, that's what children do. And as I continue to do a lot of the stuff that I knew I wasn't supposed to do, but I would do it anyway. And they would say, "You acting like a child." That's what children do. When you see a child do something he ain't supposed to do that you done told him not to do, you expect that because that's a child. You done told them not to do it. They know, as you say, right from wrong. And they do it anyway. That's a child. That's what children do. They do stuff that they know is wrong, do it anyway, and end up in a jam. End up in a mess. I remember when I was a child, my father said, "Don't climb that tree." He saw me looking at the tree. And a little boy, you know what little boys like to do. So I was eyeing that tree down. He said, "Don't you climb that tree." Get what I did when he left. I climbed that tree. And I got stuck. I got so high, I was just climbing. And then I messed around and looked down. And I got scared. Stuck. I froze. I'd have made a mess again. Being a child. Doing something I was told not to do. But hey, that's what children do, right? That's part of being a child. Doing stuff you were told not to do. Doing stuff you know better than to do. Doing stuff, even though you know right from wrong, you do it anyway. Isn't that the characteristics of what a child does? Sound familiar? To you grown folks that said, "You ain't no child, you 70 years old, I ain't no child." Sound familiar? My dad said, "No, climb up on his auntie's house." Get what I did when my dad went around. I climbed up on top of his auntie's house. And get what happened again. I messed around and looked down. I did it in a tree. Oh, roguish Tony had to come help get me out the tree. He climbed up there and walked me on down. Come on, boy, come on. Tony, the guy told me to be breaking it in by the house. He one of the big boys that we call it. He a big boy. So he had to come up in the tree and get me down. You would figure I would have learned my lesson and listened to my parents from this point on. But that ain't what children do. Children still make messes. Children still do stuff they ain't supposed to do. Children still disobey their parents. Children still do wrong even though they know right. Ain't that what children do? Sound familiar to some of you adults that say you ain't no child? So I done climbed up on his auntie's house. Got stuck again. This time, my dad came, not Tony. And my dad had that belt. And my dad said, "Get down here right now. I'm gonna whoop your ass." Somehow I got the courage to come on down the same way I went up. And my dad whooped my ass. And my dad told me, "You better not never climb on top of nobody else's house." A couple of weeks later, get what I did? Climb back on top of somebody's house. But I ain't gonna get caught this time. Because now I ain't scared no more to come down. So my dad will never find out because I ain't going to be stuck up there, right? Thinking like a child. Instead of doing what I was told not to do. Instead of knowing right from wrong, doing wrong anyway. I got my eye tore up a couple of weeks ago by climbing on top of a house and got stuck. But in the mind of a child, I thought, hey, I got caught that time because of this reason. But if I don't do it like that this time, I won't get caught. I ain't gonna be scared to climb down on my own this time my dad won't catch me and I won't get in trouble. That's the reasoning of a child. So, everything went according to plan. I climbed up on top of the house. There was a house around the corner. It wasn't an house this time. So I'm going to be smart. And outsmart my parents. I'm going to go around the corner and climb another house. And then I ain't scared to come down this time, so ain't no way. Climb up there. Me, Danny, Wayne, all of us up there, we playing. I climb on down the house. I done got away. I get home. My daddy waiting at the door with his belt. I'm like, come on in the house. Son, I'm saying looking crazy. Come on in the house. Son, I said, get in this house. I ain't do nothing. You know how we do. What you doing on top of the house? Didn't I tell you don't climb up on top of nobody's house? I ain't climb up on no get your. I might have whooped again. I done made another mess. Ain't that what children do? Keep making messes, keep getting in trouble, keep getting themselves in jams. Okay, fast forward. Here I am, May 22nd, 2025, full grown man, and a good look one, I might say myself. Look pretty good, ladies. The quiet storm voice. I look good, ladies. But anyway, day before my birthday, and I find myself still in jams. I find myself still in a mess. I find myself still doing stuff like I did as a child, but different situations and circumstances. No, I'm not climbing on top of a house no more. No, I'm not climbing a tree and getting stuck. No, I ain't doing that, but I'm still making decisions that a lot of times I know better and do it anyway. Same as I did as a child. We all children, because we all doing it. You gonna sit here and tell me you don't do it too? You a lie. You still do stuff you know you ain't got no business doing. Sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't. And you find yourself in a jam as well. As a full-grown adult, you ain't no child, right? I still find myself in situations where I gotta call my parent, God, to come get me out this tree. Daddy, I'm stuck in this tree, which is God. I gotta call God now, cause I'm a grown man. I ain't got no Nancy and Harry, Miss Nancy and Mr. Harry to call them, or they dead. And I'm 6'5" almost, 275 pounds. He can't come get me out this tree. I'm too big now. So I find myself as a full-grown man on the outside. I still mess up the same way as if I was a child. That's because I am. In the eyes of God, we're all still children. We're never adults like we think we are. We never have arrived. We never have made it. So you must have that understanding and know that no matter how smart you are, how good you are, you're going to still make a mess. And you got to call your parent to help you clean it up. To get you out that tree. To get you off the top of that house. To come get you out of that hole. I remember I fell in a hole one time. But Dad had to come get me out of it. Over and over again as a child, I got myself in jail. In trouble. That I needed my parents to get me out of. 52, finna be 53 years old. I find myself in jams that I need my parent, the ultimate parent, to get me out of. And a lot of times, it be stuff I done did that I knew better than to do, like a child. So I come to the conclusion, could I still be a child? No matter how much knowledge, wisdom, and understanding I have, I find myself still making childish decisions, as in decisions that get my life in a jam. Again, I'm not climbing trees and getting stuck, not climbing on top of houses and getting stuck, but I'm doing a lot of stuff as I was growing up. Quit chasing them gals. Chasing them gals anyway. Don't be out there hanging with them boys. You ain't got no friends. I'm talking this grown man. I was grown. I ain't talking about a little boy. I'm talking about in my 20s. I'm grown. 30. Stuff they told me don't do, I knew better than to do. I knew better than to sell that stuff. But like a child, even though I knew better, I did it anyway. Ain't that what children do? I wasn't 8 years old when I was out there pushing them things. I wasn't 8 years old when I was burning the house down and couldn't get a job. I wasn't 8 years old, I was a grown man. Making a mess of my life like children do. Making a big old mess and have to call my parent to come clean this mess up that I done made. As an adult, supposedly. So you believe what you want to believe. I now know and understand and have come to grips with the fact that I'm still a child to God. I'm still God's child. I will never be grown enough the way I don't need it. I will never be grown enough the way I don't need my parent to come bail me out, to come help me. And neither will you. Believe what you want to believe. I don't care how many degrees you got. I don't care if your credit score 850. Your marriage is beautiful. Beautiful children. Beautiful home. Somewhere, you're still making a mess. In some area, because you're still a child. We would never fully be adults in the eyes of God. We will always be God's children. And that's okay, because God is not a deadbeat father. And he will always be there for his children. Get it, got it, good. Don't forget my birthday. Bye.